be looking at Kihon happo. Kihon happo is basically the foundation of our martial art. Techniques are taken from across the schools of Bujinkan. They can be applied with any of the sort of traits between the different schools, and often are when they're taught. We're going to look at a most basic form and get used to moving. It's going to combine in a lot of things that we've already looked at and actually applying them properly. So, Kihon happo, what is it? Basic 8 was the translation that was originally written from the Japanese, and unfortunately somebody got that slightly wrong in their translation. It's not basic 8, it's basic infinite. So essentially you've got 8 techniques, but they're able to be done in an infinite number of ways. We've got first 3 are striking methods, we've then got grappling methods and throwing methods. So we'll have a look at the most basic ones, forms of these. These would be expanded on as your training progresses, but you have to understand this. It's not as I was taught originally. Paul, we'll look at the first one, which is Ichimonji.Bujinkan. To some people out there, this is referred to as Kihon happo number 1. No, it's not number anything. This is just a technique. Okay, so the way that we start this, we both adopt Ichimonji.Bujinkan. Now, as we've already spoken about, distance-wise, we want to be here. If we're here, we can immediately start grappling. This is a striking method. This is teaching you distancing, timing, targeting, how to strike, applying striking treasures. So, when we face each other, we're in kamo. What I'm not is here, so that this hand is pointing at Paul's eyes. This is how the kamo would be taught. I face my opponent with my hand at his eyes. Paul's not going to attack me, not in a straight line, which is what I actually need him to do for the sake of this technique and to start learning. So I give him a window to go through. As I said before, if you're Paul, imagine, and I'm here, if you're going to punch me in the face, you're stupid. So, real time speaking, we would probably be circling each other. He'd be looking for a window. It's the same as boxers do. They look for that opening. If they spot it, they take it. So, I give Paul that window that he's going to go for. He's going to try and take my face off. So I move off 45 degrees. From here, my weight's dropped into my back leg. As it's dropped into my back leg, I circle with this knee, my hips, my arm, here to open him up. As I've opened him up, this hand comes up, I bring this foot back, I come through and strike into the neck. This is Ichimonji.
If you notice with Colin, when he strikes me, he's striking through here, so I've got no balance left. That's the general part of the technique.
But bear in mind as well, this is very basic.
You've got to start somewhere.
You do need to start somewhere. Because if you went at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you're not learning. So I'm moving in strike, slightly faster. But at that pace, you're not going to learn it. You need to be able to break it down. So what we're going to do, I give Paul the window to go for. I move 45 degrees, dragging that foot off. I don't want him trapping my foot. Sometimes I might not worry about that too much, not if I'm wearing real proper shoes. These soft, don't like that. Anyway, so from here, I'm dropping into my back leg. I'm circling this arm here. And it's not that I'm stood there doing this. Because if I go, it's no good.
Just linked to his body.
So I'm moving. This is my whole body that's making it. A lot of people think that what we do is slow. It's not that it's slow, because I wouldn't actually be coming back like this, and this would be a flowing movement of. This is training your body. This is memory, muscle memory. Once you've done this 1,000 times, your body will be used to it, move better with it.
So I'll just give an example. So if Colin attacks me, it's there. That is what we're doing. But in a more practical way. So as he's attacking, this section here is this. Yeah? So this movement here, together with that, becomes the entire technique. So if he does it again, there. That's technically how fast it certainly is. It's blocking him and striking at the same time, but you have to get this right first before you can do that one. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yes. Yes and no. As I said, this technique's drawn across all of the school. So if we were both in full Yorai, Japanese armour, then you wouldn't be able to move like
No. Very true. It's much slower.
So, it's not necessarily as much slower either. It's the movements you're capable of achieving. This is what you've got to consider. This is why this is the basic form. Okay, have some trust. You know, this system works if you do it properly, but understand ultimately why you're doing it. You shouldn't do something blindly just because you're told to. Or at least I don't think so. I like to be honest with anyone that I teach. I'd sooner be honest with them than they can make their own choices over that. I hope that sounds fair. Okay, so I dock my cam on. Note that I'm not down here. This is very good for leg training and everything else, but ultimately I train for me.
I'm very comfortable with this.
Paul's a lot more comfortable. He's a lot more flexible. I'm fat and heavy, so.
What's good about us teaming up is you've got different body types here, and different people, you can see how they train, which is good. That means I get to practice against bigger people, and Colin gets to train against people that are a little bit quicker than himself.
So, from here, note our distance here. Now, I know that Paul can hit me with a step through from the posture that he's in. I know that I can step through and hit Paul quite happily from here and make good contact. Okay? If I was here, not only could we end up in a grappling situation, but my punch is not going to be quite as I need it to be. It's going to have to shorten up. So, we're here. I get pulled into this window. I come off 45 degrees, dropping into this leg. This one here is coming down. Notice my front leg is at this exact point actually quite straight, because I'm going to come through and knock this arm out of the way, but I'm not going to lunge here to open him up. As this knocks his shoulder back, it exposes the neck. This hand comes up at the same time. Ooh, with a cam on. I'm in Doko Ichimonji. I come through, I bring this one down and strike into the neck. Now, if you look at the way Paul is, his weight's going back here. Slight push here, he's falling. That's the way I'm striking, and I'm striking down through the neck. Where's a nice triangulation point, I'm striking to here.
Put me on the heels, basically.
So, I've done my block, I've come through, and down to the neck. That wasn't particularly hard, it's nice and light, but
yeah.
But it's like basically dropping Paul into a hole. Now, we can change the direction of that strike, but that's again digressing. What I want you to concentrate on is taking his balance and the strike. Now, a quick look at. So, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a few videos on this actually.
Probably running out of time this one.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, we're going to do this one more time. We'll go through the Kihon happo as each individual video. Then we will then revisit each technique over a few videos, because it's important that you understand about the techniques. If you can't get the Kihon happo, you won't get anything else really that we do. So, I've got time to do it one more time. Okay, so we'll revisit that. You've seen how it's done, you've seen where you should be moving, and with the other videos that have been there, Taijutsu.Paul, things like that, you should be able to get this quite happily. Thank you.